Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder, and I was wrong! It is a good thing that I didn't gamble or bet on the release of 5.0 because I could not have been more wrong. Now, if you think about it, we got a notice of a notice of a notice of a notice before 4.0. So a couple of weeks ago when they announced, hey, 5.0 is on its way, like, you can't blame me for being a little skeptical that A, that would happen anytime in my near future, and B, that we wouldn't get several notices about it, but I was wrong. You know, this is kind of similar to my prediction that Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon were going to become meta. I was wrong about that. At this point, I have given up waiting on the break energy to become a thing. I just don't think it's going to happen. And as soon as I say that, watch it happen. And there's really no reason for break energy not to be a thing, with the exception that nobody runs 1 MP Pokemon. I mean, let's face it, that is the reason. Well, that's the reason why nobody uses Rayquaza. But nobody uses Groudon because, like, it is just so outclassed. And nobody uses Kyogre because its best attack, the attack that you want, is a 1-star purple. And 1-star purple just doesn't beat really anything anymore, except for Solgaleo. But I was wrong about 5. Just like I was wrong about the break energy. Last night, I had turned the game off. I had actually closed the app down completely, because I was playing terribly. It's one of those things that when I start playing too much, I can't see the board and I can't see plays, and I play horribly. And I was playing too much, and I was making terrible plays and getting punished for all of them, and it is what it is. So I lost my last 3 games, and I knew I had Bugbot. And I said, you know what? I'm going to save Bugbot for tomorrow, because I'm sure one of my daily missions is going to be win a league match, or at least play a league match, which I was absolutely always going to do. I said, you know what? I'll save it and take the 3 keys tomorrow. And then I go and check out Discord, see what the haps are, you know? And there it is, on Discord. Someone had just posted maintenance announcement. The maintenance schedule is in a few hours. Like, this is not far off. I was completely wrong. It made total sense to me that we're going to have the 5.0 come out when the global, for the most part, release happened. The international release happened in late January, mid-January. That made total sense to me. I was like, you know, I can see that. I did not see this. In a few hours, we are going to have 5.0. And the revamped booster case expansion set. I'm interested to see. They've teased it. It looks like you can have 2 boosters going at the same time. I just wonder what that 4th booster is going to hold in it. I wonder if that's how you actually get the UX material, and it wouldn't surprise me. Because if we think about this, let's play speculation for just a second here. EX cubes are extremely rare drops. How rare are UX cubes going to be? And on top of that, EX cubes, in my opinion, are more valuable than UX cubes. So it would make sense that EX cubes would still be more rare, but it would also make sense that they would create this additional slot, or this revamped booster case expansion set. That's how you get the UX metal or cube or ingot. And that would make sense because they want you to spend money, and the people who are free to play typically don't have a problem with ingots. They usually are drowning in gold, whereas people who buy gems and open boosters have more things to fuse together, which leads to a shortage of ingots and gold. So it makes sense to me that they'd get you to spend more money to get more gold. That's kind of how I see that working, but who knows? They're going to do some bug fixes on Surprise Strike and Ula Ula Wish. Ula Ula Wish was not doing something it was supposed to do with Vibrava. And Surprise Strike, Slippery ability, is that Goomy? Like, I don't even know, but I think that might be the Goomy. It is going to be a 7-hour maintenance. So this is long. This is not your run-of-the-mill. And I'm interested that they're not calling this a major update. Let's go into some of these changes. If you will look at my screen here, probably notice, what the heck? Yveltal? Xerneas? What's going on here? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on. They are rebalancing some figures. Figure EX Xerneas. Moonblast 70 to Moonblast 99. Okay, it's a fairy type, so it's going to block Tapu Koko. And I actually have mentioned this before, that Xerneas would be a decent counter to Tapu Koko if Tapu Koko didn't just slaughter this thing almost every roll. But we're bumping it up to 99. So now, without chain levels and without an X attack, Tapu Koko is not going to walk over Xerneas. Xerneas becomes like a Tapu Lele, if you will, where it still has that gold and purple. Tapu's gold can beat the Xerneas purple. The 99, it can't knock it out. In addition, it has unique force balance ability, which reduces the MP of adjacent opposing Pokemon with 3 MP or higher to 2 MP. While the Moonblast 70 attack has potential that it can deal 120 damage, the chances of it doing that amount of damage are low. Now by setting the damage value of Moonblast to 99, it can be expected to do well current duel metagame. It's still kind of small. You have an outside chance. I think the real benefit of this is the fact that Koko needs help to knock it out, and that since it's fairy type, Koko can't just hop over it. So it's going to limit Koko's mobility just a little bit there. And I do expect Tapu Fini to come out tomorrow as well, which means you are going to have Tapu Koko is going to passively nerf Tapu Koko, but you have Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Mimikyu, and now Xerneas, all fairy types. There's now an additional fairy out there to help limit Koko's mobility. The next, EX Yveltal, added the new Darkness Shield ability, changed Oblivion Wing 100 to Oblivion Wing 111. Like, nobody ran Yveltal, and it even says here that when Zapdos came out, Yveltal fell off the map because Zapdos 100% completely dominated Yveltal. Now, even your C-level 10 Zapdos, without the Koko buff, can't just walk all over Yveltal because Yveltal hits for 111, and I will let you know, this was an extremely popular figure before the legendary birds came out, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. So the Japanese players and the players who have had the game longer than the global release have very high C-level Yveltals. Just be ready for that. I can see 121 being a thing on a lot of these. Just know this going in. Which also is pretty interesting because if you think about it, most people don't put any chain levels into Terrakion, into the 120 move. Most people don't put any chain levels into the Solgaleo 120 move. But now a C-level 10 Yveltal is actually going to beat them. Kind of interesting. I actually, on a side note, I'm getting so sidetracked. We have so much to talk about here, though. I actually like the fact that they're doing odd numbers for boosts. It makes chain levels matter, and it keeps something like this that would normally be completely hard countered by Zapdos and all the C-level 10 Zapdos out there. Now, it makes this mon relevant again. And you actually have a chance to survive and knock out, actually. What they also did is this new Darkness Shield ability has this effect. While this Pokemon is on the field, opposing Ghost-type Pokemon cannot pass through your Dark-type Pokemon using the effect of an ability. So this is all super confusing to me normally, and I'm going to gum up the works a little bit more and just make it a little more confusing. What this looks like to me is if you have Yveltal and Sableye on the board, Mega Gengar, Gengar, Lunala, your opponent's Sableye, none of them can pass through your Dark-type Pokemon when Yveltal's on the field because of the ability. But my guess is if they are running Phantom Energy and you have a status effect on your Ghost, then, or on your Dark-type, then the Ghost should be able to still move through them because it's not the ability that's allowing them to pass through, it's actually the plate. And I think where this is most apparent and what I'm drawing this expectation off of is if you look at Kirlia and Gardevoir, where the Ghost type can't pass through them, but in the Ghost Gym, if you were running Phantom Energy and your Sableye confused them or burned them, then all of a sudden you were able to pass through them. That is why, and it was because of the plate. So that is why I am thinking, you know what? Maybe those Break Energy Pokemon are going to become a thing. Because people are going to run Dark Energy now because Yveltal and Sableye cannot beat Deoxys, the Cosmodex. So you're going to have to commit to Dark Energy on this. And if people are committing to Dark Energy, then it makes sense that people are going to commit to Phantom Energy if they want to continue to run their Ghosts. Yveltal is also a flying type, so it actually benefits from Tropical Energy. So now you can see a Dark Tropical deck where you have Yveltal, Tapu Bulu, Sableye, you know, whatever. I don't know what else is out there off the top of my head, but I can see some deck configurations that are built around energies for their synergies. Maybe this Break Energy is still going to become a thing. Maybe it's just way, way past when, I think. And lastly, Lapras. Pound 20 is going to go to Ice Beam 50, Surf 60 to Surf 70, and there's no miss. It's really interesting that they changed Lapras, and I'm wondering if it has to do with a figure that is coming out alongside of the next banner that Lapras will now synergize with. That's my guess. And one other thing that I haven't seen anybody talking about that we haven't had for a while now, probably since 4.0 released, and then it was a while before that, is, remember, we are going to get these special login bonuses coming with 5.0. They don't say what it is. They're typically not groundbreaking. They're typically not like, holy crap, that is so awesome. But they're always typically pretty nice. Like Rare Cube, some Carmenite, things of that nature. So there you go. We have 5.0 coming tomorrow. This deck that you see here, like, does Mew become part of the meta? Like, did Mew just get a break? Is that all that happened? Because Mew pretty much hard counters a lot of the dark type Pokemon that are out there right now. Yveltal cannot knock out Mew unless Mew rolls its white attack. Sableye can knock out Mew, but it's not a great matchup, and if you think about it, most people level up the Confuse Ray, so there's a ton of purple. Does Mew have a home again? This is kind of a deck that you could see as soon as tomorrow. I mean, maybe not. Like, you may want to have Sableye in there, but I'm not dropping Lunala until something hard counters Lunala. And Poplio, very well, we are expecting Poplio to be released, and that whole line very well could turn purple attacks into misses. And then the whole Pokemon world, Duel world, is going to be flipped upside down on its head, because who knows? Like, who knows what's going to be good? can't have too much purple. You're really going to have a balanced deck, is what that's going to amount to. All of that being said, I'm not running this deck today. We are going to maybe be running one last hoorah. As you can see, I've got 14 minutes before I open the last of my boosters. I'm 2-0 for the day. This is an insanely long video. I have a feeling this is not going to be an easy match. My last match was against like a 3,900 player. Those are never easy. Okay. Pretty evenly matched. Dragons. So I do have to be careful. Was everything level 10? I didn't see his dragons. I don't think Reshiram was level 10. But I feel like everything else there might have been level 10. Reshiram looks level 5. Level 10. Level 10. Tapu Koko. Level 10. Zapdos, they're all level 10. Okay, so his two twins. I mean, this is interesting. I could play it safe. Or I could double chance. Let's go. Let's see. Perfect. Nope, we are good with that. And the thing about Xerneas now is, does it make putting sea levels into the 69 attack worthwhile? And if so, that no longer makes Koko a great counter to Mew. Very interesting. All right. He's going to come back and attack. Blue by either one of us is, as Rico would say, GG boys. And he just wanted to goal block, which, okay. I'm actually just going to... Wow. That was way more than what I was hoping for or expecting. Now, here's kind of a problem that I have. My Koko is wildly exposed. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow. So he has to move. He has to attack my Koko. Or he could burn a plate. He could burn a plate with double chance on his bench, I guess. Tropical energy, okay. So here's the question. You know what? I say go for this. Don't slip. Oh, Dio. Such a love-hate relationship. We will bring Leo, because unless I roll miss, I'm okay with Leo getting knocked out, because that means that he's going to lose his Zapdos as well. He's probably going to backtrack and go after... Oh, God. I didn't even look at his plates. I never even looked at his plates. Wow, that was so bad. Don't you feel like an idiot when that happens? Well, that's what I get. Like I legit, you saw me. Not once did I ever look at his plates. So bad, so bad. Oh, goodness. Maybe I'll actually look at his plates instead of his Pokemon. Okay, there's no counterattack on this one. And there, by me leaving that game in, just shows that I don't always show my best games. I make dumb plays. It's kind of funny. I applaud. Like if I'm playing Giggity, I know Giggity runs counterattack every time, so I just cover my goal and I don't even worry about it. But when I'm playing anybody else, I don't ever assume anybody else is running counterattack. And there you go. I blame that all on DOA though. Like if he had not rolled slip, that like that would have been game over super quick. And well, not super quick because Subtile had a good chance of knocking out Coco, but like if I didn't roll slip there, then he only has one Pokemon on the board, and that doesn't excuse me from not knowing my opponent's plates. But at the same time, if I roll blue, we get another quick win, and we get, or not another quick win, we have another quick game, because there you go. Here I am saying probably won't be quick because they're always difficult, and I knock out 2 games super fast. There you go. So we will continue on. See what we get here. Okay. And I so badly want to open the Sparkle Booster. And you know what? Here. Just for you guys. We'll crack this thing open, and then I won't be opening another booster until tomorrow. And there's no shiny carp in there for me. So just the one shiny carp. In the description below is a link to my Discord. I believe you pronounce it Citrus. Did the math on Xerneas's wheel at level 5, level 10, and level 9 with different combinations of leveling up, so you can see what the probability of landing specific attacks is on that Pokemon. That is on my Discord. If you're interested to find out that information, come over to Discord. The link's in the description below. Also, I did the research. I put a call out for people to help me track the shiny carp drop rate. And based off of those of you who recorded your booster pulls, and I do thank you very much for taking the time to record your booster pulls for me, it looked like across the board you had a 5% chance of pulling a shiny Magikarp. But it was really bizarre because the people who pulled, like not many people pulled a shiny Magikarp, but those who did pull a shiny Magikarp pulled 3 or 4 shiny Magikarps, while most people didn't pull any. And tomorrow is a new day. We will see what the future holds. So until next time.